Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council discusses measures aiming at improving the non-oil revenues and reducing the level of expenditure. The Ministry of Endowments and Religious Affairs launches the new version of Omani calendar application and Zakat electronic system. And amendments to tax law and the importance of enhancing activities of companies are topics discussed at the new income tax law seminar. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to Her Excellency Halima Yaqub, President of Singapore, on the occasion of electing her as the new President of the Republic. Approving results of the strategic study of the diversification of energy resources, future approaches for the ensuring electricity supplies till 2030 and the procedures required in this regard top discussions at the fourth meeting of the year held by the Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council. The Council approved the study's recommendations for its targeted renewable energy percentage of 10% by 2025. The Council also reviewed some financial performance indicators for the first 7 months, including the actual achieved price of oil, revenues and levels of expenditure, which showcased a deficit in the budget by end of July 2017, reaching 2.6 billion Omani riyals. The Council further reviewed the preliminary estimates of the state's general budget for the fiscal year 2018 and the foundation and assumptions based on which the estimates will be prepared. The Council discussed a number of procedures aimed at improving non-oil revenues and reducing the level of expenditure in order to decrease the budget deficit. It also acquainted with the performance of the State General Reserve Fund and Oman Investment Fund till June 2017. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail Al-Balushi, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs and Chairman of the Council. The Sultanate is well known at the level of Islamic world for accuracy in counting prayer times, crescent sighting and determining the star of Hijri month. This was affirmed by International Astronomy Center during the launch of the new version of Omani calendar application and Zakat electronic system by the Ministry of Endowments and Religious Affairs. The launching ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior. The new app determines the prayer times and the start of new months accordingly. It also contains information about some astrological events such as solar and lunar eclipses, meteor showers and other events. It also shows the direction of Al-Qibla. The Oman American Business Center organized a seminar to acquaint with the businessman in the Sultanate with the recent changes of Oman's income tax law. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi.
Investors and businessmen in the Sultanate are awaiting the new income tax law, which will come into effect from the beginning of 2018. To introduce the new law, Oman American Business Center organized a seminar on the recent changes to Oman's income tax law.
The main changes which has been done is, they have removed the basic exemption which was there since the introduction of Oman taxation. It was you are not paying tax up to an amount of around 30,000 riyals, but from 2017 onwards you will be paying tax on even if you earn a riyal of profit. and the tax rate is 15%. Until last year it was 12%. From this year onwards it is increased to 15%. But again, although the tax rate and exemptions have been removed and tax rates are increased, but small Omani businesses, with a capital of less than 50,000 riyals and a turnover of less than 100,000 riyals, and they will pay, and employing less than 15 employees, they will pay only at the rate of 3%, okay, instead of the 15%. But yet again, if they are employing a minimum of 2 Omanis with this same conditions, then they will not pay any tax at all. They are zero rated.
The seminar targeted all companies in all sectors to familiarize them with the changes and the ways to benefit from this new law. The event was also an opportunity to connect with the Omani business community to discuss the features of this law and develop clear plans that go in line with the global changes in this field.
Large part of the event today was networking. All of our events with the Oman American Business Center feature a time of networking where executives and VIPs and business people here can connect with each other face to face, meet, and grow their business.
Out of more than 300,000 companies registered with the Minister of Commerce and Industry, only 10% submitted their tax returns, which underlines the importance of the seminar. The new laws are expected to contribute to increasing tax revenues and promoting business activities of SMEs. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
$7.5 billion in the estimate volume of trade between the Sultanate and India that was revealed at the Omani-Indian Forum for the Promotion of Investment Opportunities in Muscat. Here's a report.
The Omani-Indian Forum for the Promotion of Investment Opportunities discussed in Muscat, boosting trading and investment cooperation between the two countries and introducing some currently existing ventures in the Sultanate, in addition to the banking facilities and services rendered in this regard. A number of representatives from companies and private sector corporations from the two countries took part in the forum to discuss the advantages needed by those companies to implement their projects in the Sultanate and create new partnerships among Omani and Indian firms and organizations. The forum is organized by Mithaq Islamic Banking at Bank Muscat and is meant to contribute in supporting cooperation among the participating corporates and launching new horizons to set up projects which serve different promising sectors in the Sultanate. The volume of trade between the Sultanate and India is estimated at $7.5 billion, a number that this forum tends to increase through encouraging more investment opportunities among businesses and Omani investors and their counterparts in India in the sectors of healthcare, industry and mining, in addition to encouraging further investments in Suhar Industrial Zone and Duqm.
His Excellency Ambassador Indra Mani Pandey of the Republic of India, a credit to the Sultanate, had this to say.
I want to thank Mithaq Islamic Banking for organizing this forum to bring Indian companies to brief them about the opportunities available in Oman. India-Oman business relationship has been thriving, and it is our endeavor to increase investment by Indian companies into Oman, because that will be in mutual interest. It will create opportunities for both Indian and Omani business communities. Oman provides excellent environment for making investment, and Indian Embassy has been encouraging all the Indian companies to come to Oman and make more investments.
Still to come in our news bulletin. Al Roya Award for Youth Initiative for 2017 will be evaluating food security as a new field from now. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. By more than 5 million Omani riyals, the Ministry of Housing agreed on awarding a number of tenders to construction projects in the Governorate of North and South Batna, Dakhliya and North Sharqiya. The first tender is to complete the remaining works for the establishment of 50 residential units as location number A3 of the projects of setting up 2,200 residential units for Al Batna Coastal Road project in the Wilaya of Saham, with a total cost estimate at 1,411,872 Omani riyals. The second tender includes completing the remaining works of setting up 50 residential units in location number B3 in the Wilaya of Saham at the cost of 1,874,000 Omani riyals. The third tender is to establish a mosque with a chamber for imam as well as commercial shops in the Wilaya of Dima Watain in the Governorate of North Sharqiya at a cost of 98,480 Omani riyals. The importance of food security and its role in societies were topics discussed at a symposium titled Investment Horizons in Food Security Opportunities and Challenges. The event was organized by Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Salalah. It also dealt with challenges facing this sector and ways to overcome them. The papers delivered at a symposium also highlighted investment opportunities available in the sector. The event was presided over by His Excellency Mohammed bin Sultan Al Busaidi, Minister of State and Governor of the FAR. Ibra Cultural Center, which was inaugurated recently, opens new horizons for knowledge and thoughts for the activities of the Governorate of North Sharqiya. It creates a good environment for reading and cultural activities. The center includes a reception hall, some exhibits, multi-purpose hall for activities and conference, and a library. A number of cultural activities will be held during this year, such as cultural contests, inshad, seminars, and poetry nights. Food security is a new field to be evaluated by Al Roya Award for Youth Initiative for 2017. It came to promote initiatives and projects that contribute in achieving food security and pushing forward the will of comprehensive development in this sector. The other fields of the award were also highlighted during the first orientation station of Al Roya Award for Youth Initiative section of the award in the Wilaya of Rostaq. These fields include medical digital projects, electronics, robot, renewable energy, arts, and serving the community. The Ministry of Transport and Communications opened Al Tarif pedestrian bridge in the Wilaya of As-Sahar in the Governorate of North Batna. It came as part of the ministry's plan to raise the level of traffic safety for road users. The bridge is 57.5 meters long and 2.5 meters wide, with providing full coverage for the main pathway, vehicle parks and taxis, the buses and two sides of the roads and decorative lighting. Since the start of the national campaign for immunization against measles, the medical teams in the Governorate of Zahira continue giving the necessary immunization vaccines for more than 76,000 people. Large numbers of citizens and residents were received in health centers and the location spread in the Wilaya of Governorate to get the vaccine. Now for the international world, residents of Istanbul had mixed reactions after head of the European Commission said Turkey would not become a member of the European bloc in the foreseeable future. EU President Jean-Claude Juncker said today that Turkey has for some time been moving away from the European Union in leaps and bounds. He criticized Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and the government in Ankara for arresting journalists and calling EU leaders fascists and Nazis. Juncker said Ankara's attitude ruled out EU membership for Turkey in the foreseeable future. A U.S. cargo ship containing over 1,000 U.S. Army vehicles has arrived at the Polish port of Gdansk. The shipment includes Abrams tanks, armored vehicles, military tanks, and self-propelled artillery. Cole Dave Gardner, commander of the 2nd Brigade 1st Infantry Division, said today was his first brigade consisting of 3,300 troops as well as 400 armored vehicles. The deployment of U.S. forces in the part of military NATO training. The Commander-in-Chief for the Polish Armed Forces, General Jaroslaw Mika, explained that the equipment will be transported to Western Poland, where the U.S. Army Brigade combat teams are located. The equipment shipped to the Gdansk in the U.S. 2nd Brigade combat team of 1st Infantry Division and part of Operation Atlantic Revolt, aimed at reassuring NATO's European allies in light of the Russian invasion in Ukraine. Dutch carrier KLM has cancelled 60 flights to end the European destinations as heavy winds buffeting Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, reducing the number of runway that could be used. Airport spokesman Paul Weber said 75 flights in total were cancelled today due to restricted runway capacity. Weber said that busy airport is expected to experience delays throughout the day. The Royal Dutch Meteorological Institute was issued a warning for western coastal regions of the Netherlands and wind gusting up to 120 kilometers per hour. Traffic authorities said a tree blown over the wind blocked a busy highway between Rotterdam and Hague during the morning commuter rush hour. There were reports of casualties caused by the storm. Former Speaker of Parliament Halima Yacob was announced today as the new President of Singapore. Yacob was the only candidate who qualified for an election limited to members of the minority Malay community and will be the country's first female president. Yacob, a former member of the ruling People's Action Party, entered politics in 2001. She won 4 parliamentary elections before being chosen Speaker. Singapore's constitution allows the president to vote the use of the country's reserves and some public appointments, but doesn't give the post any executive authority. The government has said that having a Malay hold office at this time is important because the president plays a unifying role. Singapore's last Malay president, Yusof Ishak, died in office in 1970. The city-state has a population of 5.6 million. It is 74.3% Chinese, 13.4% Malay, 9.1% Indian, and 3.2% others. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be southerly to southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council discusses measures aiming at improving the non-oil revenues and reducing the level of expenditure. The Ministry of Endowments and Religious Affairs launches the new version of Omani calendar application and Zakat electronic system. And amendments to tax law and the importance of enhancing activities of companies are topics discussed at the new income tax law seminar. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night.